Hi, my name is Aaron Reistad, and I'm currently a junior social studies education major at Colorado State University. My experience with the schools in this area includes volunteer work at Putnam Elementary, education courses taken at Wellington Middle School, as well as education courses taken at Bolts Middle School. Also, during my time at Bolts, I was a wrestling coach there. Today I will be taking you through a lesson plan which covers Reconstruction. It is lesson 1 of 4 in this unit which I have designated, and the evidence outcome which I have laid out will be that given a presentation on Black and African American Reconstruction leaders, every student will be able to identify the influence slavery has had on the nation by identifying 10 facts about the presentation. Also, the utilization of technology resources such as BBC Dimensions and Prezi will promote student learning and creativity. The National Education Technology Standard which will be used today will be number 2, which has teachers design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. In this standard, teachers design, develop, and evaluate authentic learning experiences and assessment, incorporating contemporary tools and resources to maximize content learning in context and to develop the knowledge, skills, and attitudes identified in the National Education Technology Standard. The grade level expectation for this lesson will be 8th grade, and it will hit on Standard 1 of the Colorado Education Standards, which is to determine and explain the historical context of key people and events from the origins of the American Revolution through Reconstruction, including the examination of different perspectives. The students will be able to do this by looking at the historical eras, individuals, groups, ideas, and themes from the origins of the American Revolution through Reconstruction. The inquiry questions which I have designated for today are: to what extent are the ideas of the American Revolution and the United States Constitution still affecting the world today? The attention getter which I'll be using for my classroom today is known as BBC Dimensions. This site allows me to put in my own numbers in order to make a more applicable demonstration of the lesson which we will be learning today. As you can see here, I've placed the 25 students in Mr. Reistad's 4th period class. The site then goes through what this time period would look like in regards to slavery. These are the 25 students in Mr. Reistad's 4th period class, and as we can see, it continues to zoom out in order to give the students a better idea as to what slavery truly looked like during this time period. This is a fun and interactive way to grab the attention of the class. Following the attention getter, I will utilize the website known as Prezi, which is a more fun and interactive version of PowerPoint. During this presentation, I will utilize Bloom's taxonomy of questions to ask questions such as: give an example of how Booker T. Washington furthered the efforts of Reconstruction, as well as illustrate with pictures 2 key identifiers of each person which was discussed during the lesson. Upon the conclusion of direct instruction, I will check for understanding by having students complete a think, pair, share. In this method of evaluation, I have each student stand up, raise their hand, and pair it up with another student where they will be able to compare notes and thoughts. This also allows me to maintain a kinesthetic learning environment with high energy. After the class has had sufficient time completing their think, pair, share, I will bring the entire classroom back in order to complete a Venn diagram on the smartboard. On the smartboard Venn diagram, students will be able to come up and drag facts to the respective locations. After completing the Venn diagram, I will begin typing out a short story on the smartboard using the 2 facts which were dragged into the Venn diagram. Afterwards, I will highlight the facts in my summary so that the students will understand what is expected of them in their independent practice later on in the class. Upon the conclusion of my guided practice, students will be instructed to finish an independent practice similar to the highlighted one which we just went through. In the independent practice, students will complete a longer summary which utilizes 10 facts versus the 2. I will differentiate this for more advanced students by having them complete the activity as if they were one of the people who we learned about that day. For students who may be struggling with this activity, instead of having them complete a story, I will have them just bullet out the facts. For my closure activity, I plan on having one student come to the front of the class and read what they wrote to the rest of the class. The closure which I will be using for this lesson today is a ticket out of the door. This hits on many different levels of Bloom's taxonomy and allows students to think critically about everything which they have learned today, and also for me to see how many students were able to grasp the ideas which I presented today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.